What is up, you guys? I just wanted to come live. I'm trying to start practicing going live so I can go live a little more often. I told y'all this is not something that I prefer to do, but I'm gonna start doing it a little here, a little there. But you guys, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Today was kind of crazy for me. We were seriously busy, and of course, Monday was a mundane. It was definitely mundane. Okay, I was getting all my words all twisted. All of a sudden, my husband and I, we haven't had company in about 8 months at our house, and today everybody decided they want to just pop in on us. So it was nice. Um, it was really nice because we get so wrapped up in working and just day to day routine that we kind of forget about the outside world like it doesn't exist. And I'm sure a lot of you, feel the same way. But I'm just sitting here with my dog and these puppies, y'all. These puppies are a trip. Their eyes are open now. I docked their tails, but the mama is acting so daggone crazy. Like I'm not used to this because my other dog she had three litters, and I guess because I was sitting with her when she had them, like I sat with her all night, and I helped her out, gave her water, stuff like that. But with this time, it's a little different. She had the puppies. This is another dog. She had the puppies, and I didn't even know she had the puppies until I looked outside. They was in the doghouse. So this litter is a little different. And I guess I'm not as stressed like I have been with the other litters, but these little jokers, y'all, they are fat. They are super duper fat. But anyway, I am happy because the lady in Chicago that was punched in the face several times, and then her son ended up killing the guy who was beating her up. I'm so happy that they was released, that they dropped the charges, because yeah, all that boy was doing was protecting his mom, and anybody would have did the same thing. Anybody would have protected their mom, wife. But it's like now, people's like, well, she shouldn't have called her son in there and this and that and the third. I don't know if she called the son in there. They said she didn't call the son in there. Um, but I'm glad he was there, because it could have been, what if she would have got hit? He punching her in the face like a damn man. He hitting her like he would hit a man. And from him hitting her and punching her in the face like that, he could have killed her just from hitting her. So, I mean, to me, I just think that it was instant judgment. I called that instant judgment, because he should not have been hitting that woman like that. And then for this other chick, I don't know who she is, but she back there like, he told you, he told you. First of all, I hope that that wasn't his girlfriend or anybody like that, because for me, I'm not gonna sit there and let my husband argue with no woman. My husband, my brother, my friend, my cousin, none of that. I'm not letting them argue with no woman, because I'm gonna step there and be like, I got this. You don't even worry about it. Let me take care of this. I'm not gonna let this man argue with no female. And then for her to say he told you, to me, that's like, you get your ass whooped. If you think that that's okay for this man to be hitting this woman like this, and for you to sit there and say, he told you, he told you. Like, really? Well, I don't understand this generation. I don't understand. And then people was like, well, the men, they just sat around and they didn't do anything. And if you really take a look, it was an older man, like an older man. And they're in Chicago. So if the older man would have jumped in, well, I don't know. I can't even say that, because I mean, I live in Virginia, and the men I don't know, men are kind of different. Men don't really get into stuff like that no more. And I noticed that. Like, instead of them breaking up the fight or jumping in to help, they'll sit there and freaking record. They would much rather record these days and get social media notoriety than step in and help somebody. That's I don't understand, but that's this generation, I guess. I don't know. But other than that, you guys, I really need to finish my series. I started listen, I started yesterday after I got off work, and then in the middle of, like, I guess I got up to like 15 minutes. I was like, I don't want to do this. It was kind of all over the place. I ain't even gonna lie. But I definitely have to tell y'all about this couple. Well, bump it. Why not? I ain't got nothing else to do. So there was this couple, right? And um they came into the school, quote unquote, and they was pretty happy. They had been together for 12 years. They had 4 kids. um and it was all good. So how naturally you gonna gravitate to people, and I gravitated to the wife and my best friend. And so we all used to talk all the time, and they even came, like, I had surgery. She cooked my family dinner because I couldn't cook because I had surgery on my wrist, so I couldn't use my arm at all. So she had made this big dinner for my family and stuff to help me out, and her and my best friend came over and we kicked it. So one day, I wasn't feeling good or something, and my nephew and his wife was coming to class. And so I called my friend and I was like, look, can you get them, can you keep a chair, keep a seat for them, because they're on their way. Excuse me, y'all. They're on their way. Can you, like, keep a seat for them? So she was like, all right, I got you. So do y'all not know that she held the seat for them, right? So the elder's mom got upset because she held the seats, and went back and said something about that, about she held the seats for them. And then after that, it was just a big commotion. So we used to sit together all the time. So it would be my best friend, the wife, and myself and our kids. So we used to sit together all the time. So the next thing you know, it was during class one time, and they was talking about how they was gonna break up these cliques, and we don't supposed to have cliques. And I'm just like, is this high school? Like, what they mean, like, breaking up the cliques? Do y'all not know that they moved the seating arrangement because of that? They moved the seating arrangement because of that. Moved the chairs, because at first it was chairs and tables. And so they put all the chairs, they lined them up over on one side. So basically the men sat on one side and the women sat on the other side. But we didn't have the tables no more because they was breaking up the cliques. Like, really? Y'all, so anyway, all right. So then if something happened, it was like, what had happens? It was some, oh, so something had happened, and it didn't have anything to do with us per se. It was something that had to do with some other couple or whatever. And so the wife, she was close to the other wife that had some issues in their household or whatever. So of course she called me and my best friend, and we all was on three-way, and we talked about it. She told us what was going on. So somehow, so I had it was like something going on. My brother called me, we talked about it or whatever. And so they called him and asked him some questions or whatever. And he told them what I said. He told my brother, my flesh and blood brother, told me what they said. I mean, told them what I said. So from that point on, I never told my brother anything ever again. Okay, while we was in that setting. So some stuff happened. So they ended up having a class on it. Remember I was telling y'all about them judgments. And so they ended up, I don't know if they got set down. What not her, not the wife that I was kicking it with me and my best friend, but the other one that the wife was good friends with, and that was having problem in their household. They was set down. Okay. So y'all, things, between with this wife, the one that was close to me, and her husband, stuff just started getting crazy for them. That, like, the way they was treating them. So they ended up leaving. So they left for a little while. So they talked them into coming back. So they came back. I remember it was Passover. And so they ended up, something else ended up happening. Somebody wanted her because they like to do little trips or whatever, or do little stuff like with the sisters and stuff like that. I never really participated, to be honest with you. And ain't nobody even try to like make me participate. But for some reason, this particular night, the elder's mom, she tried to force this sister, the one that was close to me and my best friends, to go with them out or whatever they was doing. And so she went to her husband and was like, "Can you tell your wife to go with us?" And da 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 da. So that pissed her off because she, my friend, that pissed her off because she like, "Why you going to my husband trying to get him to force me to go somewhere that I don't want to go?" So y'all, they started like tripping. Like it was like once they didn't like you or they didn't care for you, oh man. After that, basically you was getting picked on. So anyway, they ended up, you know, leaving or whatever. And so all his brothers, they was calling her husband, and it kind of the brothers had like a different relationship than the sisters. And that's for men and women, period, no matter, what the situation is. So anyway, so they was, basically like, if you can't control, you gotta, a man gotta control his household and this and that and the third. But they ended up leaving, and it got real crazy for them after that. So a few months later, I found out that the husband was messing with a man. And at first, I was like, I don't know about that. Like, they just seem so happy. But come to find out, the husband started messing with a man. And then she started messing with a woman. So he's still with the man. I don't think she's with the woman anymore. I think she really did that because she was hurt. But I found out that after they left the school or whatever, that he kind of had a nervous breakdown and stuff like that. And so it just, I guess it was just rough on their marriage or whatever, y'all. But this is just a prime example of how that school, that setting, that low key cult kind of messed up people's relationships and and friendships. Like they really tried to keep us from being friends. They really try to keep us from being friends. Like, who changed? What church y'all ever been to where they change the setting of the chairs, talking about they breaking up cliques like y'all kids or something? And then when they was with the situation where I was telling my brother what I knew and he went back and told, girl, they was doing a whole investigation, y'all, a whole investigation, calling and questioning my husband about my conversation with my friend. So I mean, am I tripping? Like I was in a cult, y'all. I was in a cult. I was in a cult, and it's just so sad how a lot of a lot of marriages don't last, and they try to say, "Oh, you gotta have this for your marriage to last." When it ruined a lot of relationships, it ruined a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships. Like if somebody did not want to be a part of it anymore, you were told to unfriend this person on Facebook. Y'all, I could go on and on. Like for real, that's what we need to be having a panel on. We need to be talking about religions and stuff like that. And I just I need to interview. I'm gonna have my friend come on here one day. um because but she's not very computer savvy, so I'm really gonna have to like go over and talk with her about it, because she ended up leaving her husband, because she just didn't want to be in bondage anymore. She just didn't want that life anymore, and she left her husband. And to be honest with y'all, I don't blame her not one bit. I don't blame her not one bit. Religion is such, it's 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 just a pain in the ass because it separates families. And that's what I don't like. That's what I do not like, how it separates families. And then when, people use the scriptures to manipulate and make it seem like it's okay for you to dish your family. Like, for example, my my daughter's friend is Muslim. And so her oldest sister, which graduated with honors, by the way, her oldest sister, they found out she was dating a guy, and the guy wasn't Muslim. So they told her either she had to choose. She either stay at home or either she had to leave because the dude wasn't Muslim. And you know what that little girl did? She left. She left. She kept working. She kept going to school. She graduated with honors. And just the thing is that it ruined the whole dynamic of the family because she did not want to keep on that whole, with the religion. And y'all, I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, so I know a cult when I see one. I know what it feel like because I've been was in one when I was younger. And they can say what they want to say, but they're a damn cult too. And I can tell you stories about that, how the people be committing suicide and all types of stuff. And they are way worse when it comes to like disfellowshipping people or excommunicating people. They won't talk to their family. Parents won't talk to their kids. It's like you trying to hurt somebody, you trying to pressure them into your thought process. And I guess that's why I'm the way I am. Why I couldn't be swayed to that thinking process of like, hating and stuff like that. I couldn't, and downing people because of what they believed in, like that just was not it's not in me. And I wasn't about to raise my kids to be like that either. I just wasn't, y'all. I had it in my head. I was like, you know what? And this is like being in this last thing I was in. I was like, before I do that, I'm gonna protect my kids by any means necessary. And even that's even from my own husband if I had to. That is even from my own husband. Because I know what it's like to be in a damn cult, to be a part of these damn religions. And it sucks because the Bible don't even speak about religion at all. I think it has like one scripture that talks about religion. There's no scriptures that talk about that support all this crap. But these is man-made things, man-made traditions, man-made thought process. So I mean, I don't know. All I say is live and let live. And I'm a Sagittarius, so that live and let live. That's just a part of my thought process anyway. But when I tell y'all, religion just messes up so much. It messes up families. It just mess up so much, y'all. It really does. And people just twist things the way that they want to twist them. And right now, I think that if my brother was to really know how I feel, that it would hurt him. And he probably, I don't know if he would deal with me or not, to be honest with you. But at this point, I'm prepared. I'm prepared to be cut off because I don't want to live that type of life anymore. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see people arguing over the Bible. I get on Facebook, people arguing over the Bible and their beliefs, and what you believe is wrong and what I believe is right. And you don't know what you doing. You off. No, you off. No, you in madness. Like it's just a constant back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I just don't. And of course, the Bible says that the Most High is not the author of confusion. So if people are constantly going back and forth, and this is in the Israelite community, if people are constantly going back and forth and arguing all the time, how is the Most High in that? The Most High is not in that because he's not the author of confusion. That's Satan. That is Satan. And everybody swears that they got Christ when they really don't. They really don't, y'all. They really don't. I've seen so much. And I just I don't understand how anybody in their right freaking frame of mind or thought process could see all the stuff that I saw and still want to be a part of it. Cause what I told y'all, this is just a little bit of the things that I've seen. I told y'all I've seen somebody delete themselves, people get a divorce, People arguing, I mean, just constantly in counsel. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing in your house. How a man supposed to run his household where every time him and his wife have problems, he got to take his wife to counsel in front of some other people who trying to figure it out just like you trying to figure it out. But you're gonna take your wife in front of another man for them to tell her what to do because you obviously can't. Like, come on, yo. Y'all, religion sucks ass. And I believe in the most high. I believe in Christ. I just don't believe in religion, y'all. And people can say, oh, it's not a religion, it's a way of life. No, it's a religion. It's a religion. I'm sorry. That's what it is. You can call it what you want to call it. Y'all, it's so much crazy stuff going on. And I said, because my husband was like, be careful. You don't want to be airing people business out. But I just see it like, if the Lord see fit for this, for those videos, or when I was talking about that, for it to pop, then that's what it is. Then that's the Lord's will. I mean, and I don't know why it was put on my heart to even talk about the stuff that I talk about to y'all. But to me, I guess it's therapeutic in a way, because y'all, I'm really just coming out of this. I'm really just now being able to talk about this stuff, because when I first came on here, like when I used to talk about the beef sector back in 2018, 2019, I was in it hard. Like, I was in it extremely hard. But I still had my own thought process. Like, I didn't want to, I'm not going to distance myself and all that, because people, they believe a certain way or they live a certain lifestyle. That's not my business. That's not my business. The scripture say, oh no man but to love him. So I'm not gonna downplay anybody or what they believe or how they live their life or whatever. I still love you. You know what I'm saying? I may not agree with it, but that don't mean that I don't love my people, because I do. I love my people. So just because I don't agree with something, it's not for me. That don't have nothing to do with the next person. So I don't judge people. I just don't. And I promise y'all, I give that to my kids, because my kids, they always kept me grounded. Or if my thought process started to sway, my kids will keep me grounded. Y'all, one day, so they swear by homeschooling. And if you can homeschool, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it. Homeschool. But everybody doesn't have the gift to teach. Even if you teaching your kids, yeah, you teach them certain things, but everybody doesn't have the gift, or the what's the word I'm looking for, either the gift or the discipline to be able to get up every morning and actually have a curriculum and teach their kids. Everybody doesn't do that. They was fine with keeping their kids at home and letting them go to school on the computer. Meanwhile, all the rest of the kids used to look at my kids and envy, because they was like, my kids got to go to school and have friends and have a life outside of home. And one of the little girls actually told me, she was like, I didn't would she asked me, would you let your daughter go to the prom? And I said, of course. I can't wait. I'll be excited when it's time for her to go to the prom. And the little girl said, my mom robbed me of that. She robbed me of my experience of having a prom. So, like, when we make these religious decisions, we got to think about our kids too, and how this affects our children. Because you can still teach your kids about God and they still have a life. Not try to keep them away from the world altogether, because how are they supposed to navigate? How are they supposed to navigate through the world, and now they don't have no type of social skills, because they've been under you their whole life. And so when it's time for them to graduate and go out in the world, they buck wild. They buck wild because you held them. You tried to hover over them and protect them, and I understand that you want to protect your kids. I want to protect my kids, but I want my kids to know how to navigate without me. But it was just a lot, y'all. It was just a lot. And I'm glad it's over, but I'm definitely gonna be talking about it a lot. So y'all just be prepared. Just be prepared. Cause I'm gonna talk my way through this. And this is my way of healing because people go through hurt. People go through church hurt. People go through mosque hurt. They go through temple hurt. Religious stuff, you go through hurt. And if you're not careful, it'll dissuade you from the Lord, period. And I seen a lot of people get dissuaded from the Lord, period, just because of how they were treated by people that's so called representing the Lord. So, but anyway, y'all, I done rambled on for 25 minutes. 25 minutes, but I'm about to go and look at this new episode of From. If y'all ain't looking at From, then I don't know what y'all doing. Okay. Get off of this YouTube and these panels or whatever talking about this junk all day and look at some TV. Escape from reality for a little while. But I'm telling y'all, From is the shiznai. Y'all gotta see. It's called From. You go on Amazon Prime, you're able to look at the first season for free because it's on MGM. So like you could do it as a trial, but then after that you can like I paid $5. Hey Lena, um I paid $5 a month for MGM. When I tell y'all From, y'all got listen, you gotta look at From. It Hi Michi. Look, everybody coming in. I'm at the end. But I'll talk a few more minutes. Um, but yeah, you guys, I wasn't talking about anything, y'all. I was just talking about religion and how it affects people and how it tears up homes and stuff like that if you let it, and how a lot of people end up turning away from the Lord because of religion, because of them being hurt by somebody that came in the name of the Lord and manipulated them. And it's wild. It's a wild world we live in, y'all. Wild world we live in. But yeah, hopefully this will be a thing of the past and I can just look at this and laugh. I mean, like a part of me want to just move the hell away from everybody and then just live my life. I'm telling you, it just be feeling like, damn, I wish we could just sell this house and just move to another freaking state somewhere. I'm sure we could, but I don't know, y'all. I'll be glad. It'll be over soon. It will be over. And now this will be a thing of the past. And the thing, y'all know that this is really bothering me. I have not been in any Israelite congregation since 2000. Here it is, to the middle of 2003, and I am still still trying to get over it. Y'all. Still trying to get over it. Oh my God. But anyway, y'all, did y'all know that I sing? So anyway, I have another YouTube page and it is called Ariella Priscilla Bot Israel. And because I told y'all that I sang and I was a pretty popular singer in the community. As a matter of fact, um I was just invited to go and perform in St. Louis in August. It was like the August 20th or something like that. And I think I'm gonna go just so I can, like, just I gotta get my head back together. And I think I'm gonna go because they said that they would pay for my hotel, my transportation, which I don't go nowhere without my transportation. I ain't gotta worry about nobody picking me up because I'm gonna get me a rental. But they said they'll pay for my transportation. They'll give me money for food. Like, who, all I gotta do is get there. So like, who gonna turn that down? Who gonna? Yeah, I sure am gonna go there and sing my little heart out. I'm gonna sing my little heart out. Thank you, and enjoy my weekend. And because I won an award, y'all. I've won so many awards. It's called the Hebrew Israelite Radio Network Award Show, and it's like people come from all over to see this to come to this show. And I have won an award like every year since the thing began, because they was playing my music back in like 2016 before they even started the Hebrew Israelite radio network. They was just like borrowing some studio time from somebody on like a internet radio show or whatever. So then when they had their own platform, and then they came up with the award show, like, they started giving awards. So I've gotten awards, y'all. I know them people got so many awards sitting there for me. And every year when they invite me, it's like something is going on. So I'm definitely gonna go this year, Lord's will. I'm gonna go, cause tickets is real cheap right now to fly. So I'm a I don't know if my husband gonna be able to take him, because I think the kids gonna be back in school at that time. So I did ask one of my cousins to go with me, and she said that she would go. So it'll be nice to get all dressed up again and go and sing, because I haven't done that in so long. I haven't sang on stage since 2019. Yeah, 2019. But 2018, that was the best. That was the best year when I had to perform, y'all. I I when I was growing up, I used to be so nervous about singing in front of people. So that's one of the things I can say that it did make me stronger as far as um singing in front of people. It's not as easy as people think. You see people performing, they be nervous as hell, okay? But this particular day, it was Passover, and I sang in front of like almost like 400 people. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the little video up. It's just a snippet of somebody else. Well, it was like my husband, he was recording, and one of my friends was recording. And I'm gonna find those videos from those two angles, and I'm gonna upload it so y'all can see it. And I had just got out the hospital, so I had a damn near death experience. But maybe that's why 2018 was so good for me, because I had to have surgery because I had this humongous cyst on my ovary. I know there's a little TMI, but I had a cyst on my ovary, and it was like the size of a baby's head. It was like 13 centimeters. And so I went to the hospital. They took it out, and so they had to make sure I didn't have cancer, y'all. All praise to the Most High, I didn't have cancer. And then they let me go home. And then when I got home, my damn intestines stopped working. So it's normal for your intestines to kind of slow down, but my joints wasn't working at all. Like my husband had gave me some medicine. And so the next day I was nauseous, and I threw it up, and the pill was still in the whole form, like it hadn't broken down or nothing. And so he took me to the emergency room, and they said that my intestines had actually twisted. There was like a knot in my intestine. So they had to give me one of those NG tubes where they stick that tube down your nose, down into your stomach. The worst experience of my life. I have three sets of twins than to do that again. Um, and so I had that tube in my nose. I couldn't eat or drink, and I was in the hospital for like a week, and they was waiting to see if my intestines would work on their own, like unkink on their own or whatever. And so, or if they didn't, they said I was gonna have to have surgery for them to straighten my intestines, and that is not good, y'all, because people end up with bags and stuff like that. So that didn't end up happening to me. My stomach, everything started working on its own, so I was able to go home, and literally like a week, 2 weeks later, no, so the next week, yeah, because I came home on a Sunday, and then next week I was on the stage singing my little heart out. And so yeah, that's why it was so special to me. And that's the last time. I mean, I did it in 2019, but it wasn't the same as 2018. But you guys, I've talked y'all heads off about all types of stuff. I love y'all, and I appreciate you guys for supporting me, and still being here despite me talking about the beef sector or not. And yeah, y'all know I wanted to say something about Tracy in that pool. Y'all know I wanted to say something about Tracy in that goddamn pool with no makeup on. Somebody tell Tracy to stop wearing the goddamn wigs in the pool, y'all. Why does she continuously wear wigs in the damn pool? Why? Why? And why does she insist on showing her little Bob the Builder built SpongeBob built ass? Like, does she think she's sexy? Oh my God. I don't know what it is about Tracy that just grinds my freaking gears. It just grinds my gears. And she's giving desperate vibes because I've been looking at Tracy for freaking 5, 6 years, 6 years or so. Why is she all of a sudden she gotta be taking she doing videos in the pool? Y'all know it's cause of that nigga. You know it's cause of that nigga. She ain't never done none of this stuff before. She doing this for this nigga that she ain't never seen before. Okay, she better hope the nigga still want to deal with her after he saw her in the pool with no makeup. But he ain't that cute anyway. He look like a Dusty. But anyway, y'all, I love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, The Real Mrs. J. And I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.